Sonic Youth is widely regarded as one of the most influential bands in modern music. They reinvigorated the electric guitar by blending avant-garde noise, unconventional tunings, and atypical song structures. The discography of American rock band Sonic Youth includes 15 studio albums, 7 EPs, 3 compilation albums, 7 video releases, 21 singles, and 46 music videos. 10 titles in the Sonic Youth recording series, 8 official bootlegs, and contributions to 16 soundtracks and various compilations. Today on The Mad Collectors, Ford and I each reveal our favorite Sonic Youth release. As for dinner, we're having a potluck, and I brought Sonic Youth Surprise.
Oh, you wanted a countdown.
Oh, there it was. The surprise. It's all mine.
We're having a potluck this week. You know what a potluck is like. You go to a thing and everybody's got little dishes covered with aluminum foil or with, whatever. I don't know. And they have little Post-it notes on them. So
right.
Anyway, we both
I'm bringing chips.
Yeah. You're that guy.
I'm bringing chips.
So you're that guy.
Well, sometimes.
Well,
maybe.
I brought Sonic Youth Surprise because I didn't want to take a chance and end up eating some kind of like Jello cubes filled with horse meat. I mean, just no way.
Maybe that is the dish that is Sonic Youth Surprise. It's a Jello mold filled with horse meat.
Oh gosh. But this is a band. This is a band. Is this a band? This is a band.
Definitely, yeah, sure.
This is certainly a band, and one that we've connected with all the way back to the ancient times.
Absolutely.
Like I remember, my choice today is from the era.
Yeah.
So I clearly remember those times with you back in the old days and getting this release, and yeah, wow. What can you say?
I mean, I feel like this band has become, I don't know, I had my moment with them back when in the day, as you were saying. And I probably fell out for a little while, and now in the last like probably 5-6 years of like completely rediscovered my love for all things Sonic Youth. But they like, yeah, it's super important for my like musical awakening, as it were. Learning how to play music with you and our buddies, and I feel like they were always in the background of all that in like weird ways, whether it was like connections to, what was going on in popular music or whatever. It was like always, Sonic Youth was like floating around back there, almost like they were some sort of modern Pink Floyd.
Right.
Like they're just always like just in there, like floating around.
So maybe there's a person out there that they don't know this band at all. So what is a Sonic Youth? What makes them innovative?
Oh,
it's the guitar tunings,
definitely.
Playing the guitars with the drumsticks.
Yes.
Elaborate on that.
What do they call it? Prepared guitar. Yeah. So you like take a guitar, a normal mild-mannered guitar, and you turn it into a superhero by making up a tuning that is insanity when you look at it on paper, and then you learn how to play said insanity in like a strangely melodic way that makes sense and your brain can wrap itself around it. Sometimes it's very noisy, very noisy. But yeah, they would take drumsticks and shove down between the strings and the fretboard and go crazy. For a long time, there were no effects really used. They were just like, it was just plugging straight in and just going. Later, the effects crept in, and then it got real weird.
Right.
But yeah, I think they were like the kind of the nexus point for like what alternative was yet to be at a point, and then what it became, and then they're kind of like the standard bearers for like a lot of like what alternative and I guess grunge and whatever other 90s music nomenclature you want to use.
Right. And lyrically, it's a beatnik thing. It's a
right.
there's a poetry influence.
Right.
It's like you imagine hanging out with Sonic Youth would be like really smart. There's I mean,
right.
Seriously,
right.
like there's all three of them have kind of a beatnik poet type of approach.
Right.
And I dig that. I think that's really cool.
Yes.
But anyway, on to the surprise. We've kind of tinkered out like who is a Sonic Youth, what does a Sonic Youth do, how can I become a Sonic Youth?
Who do a Sonic Youth?
who do a Sonic Youth is now?
Yes, hi.
Yes, I am first time caller, many time listener. I'm
My
here
name,
for the
Sonic Youth.
I'm here for the surprise.
Yes.
So, Ford, I'm going to let you do your surprise first. Because I think mine isn't entirely predictable. I tried to not be predictable, but it was. So, but you go and surprise me.
All right. I don't think I'm going to surprise you here, but so totally predictable as well, or at least I think it is. I also tried to be unpredictable by going through like almost the entirety of the catalog over the last week, which if you don't know about Sonic Youth's catalog, it's rather large, and trying to find out if what I thought was my favorite or what I felt had always been my favorite was in fact my favorite. And turns out it still is. That favorite would be Goo. I mean, look at that. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You've seen me wear the shirt for like every single episode I think we've ever done except today because I tried not to give it away. This particular copy is the big fat box set deluxe guy. It's like 4 records worth of craziness. There's another Raymond Pettibone on the back. So this was my first Sonic Youth record, so I think there's probably some nostalgia in there coupled with it. It also, I think the first song that I ever heard, I believe, I could be having this a little bit backwards in my old man brain, but I think it was Titanium Expose, and it was on the Pump Up the Volume soundtrack. It was the last song. I had the cassette. I think I saw the movie first. I'm not even sure. I don't even think I saw the movie first. I think I saw the movie after I got because I think the soundtrack maybe had an ad in like Thrasher magazine, and I was like into skateboarding. So there you go. There's the connection. It's a crazy good soundtrack if you can find it and track it down. It's got insane collabs on it and like weird like one-off songs and here and there and covers that are great. But Titanium Expose is the last song, and I just remember it coming on, and it comes on this like crazy wall of feedback, and it just like hard cuts to the song. It's like suddenly they have gone from like, it sounds like we are murdering a guitar amp to this song that is insane and fast and furious and seemingly really angry, but also really pretty. And like the way it didn't line up with it didn't sound like anything. I didn't know that they were in crazy tuning, which they are. I didn't know anything about it. And it floored me. And it still floors me. Every time I hear it, I'm just like, all right, let's rewind it and play it again. It drives the kids crazy in the car, but whatever. But yeah, so I think not too long after that, I heard Dirty Boots, which is the first song on the record, which in my opinion is one of the best like bookends in all of musical bookends. Like Dirty Boots is your starting point and Titanium Expose is your end point. You can't get much better than that. Yeah, I mean it's full of everything you said. There's the beatnik sort of poetry world. It introduced me to like a lot of the new world of feminist ideologies. It introduced me to Karen Carpenter and the plight of Karen Carpenter.
Right.
It introduced me to Lee Ronaldo as well. It has the song Moat, which is probably my favorite Lee Ronaldo song. And he's my favorite Sonic Youth. But yeah, it has everything. I think later they would, they would get weirder. They would get louder for a couple of records, and then they would go into the kind of the last half of their career. And I felt like it was like all the like volume went down, and all the guitars are really clean, which was also super inspiring and like invigorating because they had been known as such a noisy, loud band for so long.
It's worth noting that Sonic Youth's career is split into kind of two sections, and it's pre-theft and post-theft.
Right.
And it's because they had these guitars that were so customized to each track, basically. And a bunch of gear got stolen. So there went a lot of that repertoire because it was just like, it was too hard to replicate the customizations.
Right.
Yeah.
And post theft was the more like clean guitar sounds. I guess you could blame it on getting older or whatever. I think I think it was like suddenly we had to be a different band, and I think it was a great band still. It was just a different sort of thing. I mean, they were kind of playing with that before Goo. Sister starts with schizophrenia, and schizophrenia is not like, the guitar is not really like distorted and overdriven. It's like it's on the edge of being that, but it's not. Yeah. And I think I think we both read Kim Gordon's book. I think basically right around Goo, it's their first major label record as well. I think they got some money finally, which they had not had prior. And I think, as she says, the amps got bigger and everything on stage got louder, which is the thing. Like suddenly you can do like, wait, I can sound like all of my heroes at once. Like, yes, I will do that. And you can see like any live footage from that era, like you can see like the shift from even like Daydream Nation over to this. It's like, oh wow, now they're like full on frontal assault of a rock band. It was really hard to pick this as the number one, only because like the record right after it, Dirty, is like a stunner. And it also kind of points to where they were going to go. There's some songs on there that are very quiet and kind of creepy and like eerie almost. But that, it's like, and it's very interesting. Like Goo is like the beginning of alternative grunge. All that is about to explode in a big way. This came out in 1990, so it's before Nevermind and before all that fun stuff. And then like Dirty is like kind of in the middle of all of that. They famously had Butch Vig produce that record, which was Nirvana's producer for Nevermind, or engineer at least. So it's like there's some parallels there, sure, but this one is kind of its own beast. It sounds weird because it wasn't of a time when like big room recorded records were a thing yet. It's very like there's lots of gated drums and like it's like late 80s still in there. I think the guy Nick Sansano, I think is the same guy that did Daydream Nation, recorded this one. And he was like he was known for doing hip hop before. So like it was a weird choice even for Daydream Nation, but like they'd had good luck with it, and so they stuck with him. And then later I think he got removed from the mixing because they didn't feel like he could do it, and so they brought in somebody else. But it definitely sounds weird for a while. I liked some of it and didn't like some of it because of the sonics, because it sounds strange. And now I think it's kind of the charm of it is like the sonics. Like it doesn't sound like other records. Kind of in the same way that like Marquee Moon or something like that doesn't sound like other records. It's like it's slightly off kilter. Like you can't put your finger on exactly what it is, but it's like not like in your face like Zeppelin drum sound or anything like that. It's like this weird like dry like he's in a box drum sound like
yeah.
But yeah, I think Steve Shelley should not go unmentioned. I think seeing him play in the Dirty Boots video with like a maraca in one hand and a drumstick in the other was like mind altering for me. Like I went out and bought a set of maracas like the next day because I was like, I have to learn how to do that. And it was awesome, and I used it for years, and it was like, oh, this is stellar. But yeah,
it is a great signature thing, kind of like Brendan Canty's bell.
Right. It's like, yeah, when you see the maraca come out, it's like, oh, here we go. Yeah. This is going to be good.
Right. But, it's like the launch pad. It's the launch pad.
Right. But yeah, Goo is my flavor of Sonic Youth Surprise. I mean, look at that.
Who is their friend Goo though? I know. Who is that? What is that about?
It's my friend Goo. It's just my friend Goo. It's just my friend. I think, I was literally like sitting here before we started filming. I was like, I should probably look that up because I think she says who Goo is in her book. and I just read that not that long ago, and I cannot for the life of me remember who Goo is. So if somebody knows, put it down where you're supposed to put those things. That looked weird. Put it down there.
Put it down there, kid.
Where do you put the stuff?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Goo. Yeah. If Goo's out there, tell us about you. Tell us
who
about
are
yourself.
you, Goo?
Tell me more.
My friend Goo.
But yeah, Goo's what a great choice. What a stellar choice. But I mean, what? Huh?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I used to think I was the only one, and then like on reading up about this record, people were like, it's like one of the like 30 greatest records of all time or something. I was like, oh, okay. I thought I was like one of like 10 people who thought it was stellar.
Oh no. It is like transitional. Like it is like the next phase for sure.
Right.
You know, absolutely. It is the band turning a corner into a new, a new version of itself. So. Right. And like you said, it's so freaking iconic. I mean, that shirt with the couple in the car, it's almost as ubiquitous as the Dark Side of the Moon poster. I mean, it's just like every dorm room has one or the other. So I mean, it's a great piece of art and a great piece of music. Yep. Stands the time.
Test. That's right. All right.
But yeah, you mentioned the Kim Gordon book, and I encourage everybody to read that.
So good.
Yeah, it made me a fan. Kim was always I liked her. She's cool as hell. She looks cool. The boots, the hair, the glasses, everything about her is awesome. But I didn't, really connect with her until I read that book and realized, goddamn, she's smart. She's really smart and cultured and knows about art and movies and history and. Just a brilliant lady. And
the amount that she like contributed as a songwriter was, I think, always like consciously or not, whatever. It was always kind of like, it was never upfront that like she was like right there neck and neck, like writing just as much material as, Thurston. And I mean, Lee was writing a ton too. His just never got on records that much, but But yeah, like so many great songs and so many great vocal performances from Kim Gordon, not to mention bass playing like in ridiculous tunings. Like it doesn't matter that there's only 4 strings if all of the strings are tuned to like the same note. Like, what?
No doubt.
Yeah. But yeah.
But So on to my pick. Like
Yeah.
I said, it's a little predictable. I tried really hard not to pick this. I like you went through all the old stuff and just all of it, and like, well, is it possible that a different one is my favorite? Is it possible?
Right.
So I really did listen to a lot of other ones, and there were some contenders. Dirty was almost my pick. Dirty.
Agreed.
Because it's the evolution that you just talked about on Goo, and then it moves forward even a little bit more. It's even more polished and bigger, and Dirty's a really great album.
Oh, it's so good.
And sonically very different. I almost considered Sister because it looks and sounds the same. The cover is really brown and dingy, and you're like, and it sounds kind of brown and dingy.
Yes.
It's a very, very weird, creepy, murky, lo-fi kind of endeavor. And I love that stuff. I love like the first couple of Sebado albums and the early Ween stuff, Guided by Voices. Like you don't need a studio. We don't need no stinking studio.
No.
But anyway, so my predictable pick is Washing Machine.
Yeah.
1995. This is Sonic Youth turning a corner into a different stage, like the dream rock stage of their career.
Yes.
And it's funny, like this album often gets thought of as like being all very expansive, but really there's only 3 tracks that kind of spread out into the Glacial Bliss. And that would be Unwind, Saucer-like, Unwind, Washing Machine, and The Diamond Sea.
Yeah.
But overall it has kind of a looseness to it.
Right.
It's produced by John Sickett.
Yep.
New York producer who also did Fish and Dave Matthews Band, and some interesting combination of indie and jam world.
Right.
But yeah, John Sickett produced this. I love this whole thing, and I tried to think, is there a stinker anywhere on this album? And I really don't think so. I really have some kind of connect to every track.
It's a great record.
Like, because the opening track is dissonant but romantic. Like you said earlier, Kim kind of has is known for her feminist ideology and strength and ferocity. But this album, Kim is like very sweet and gentle. This is like, a more romantic and subtle side of Kim, lyrically and musically, and Because is right there. Even though some could argue that maybe Because is maybe not a healthy thing. Maybe this is somebody that wants to. Maybe they have an unhealthy connection to their partner. But whatever, you can you read it how you want to read it.
Right.
And it was originally 7.5 minutes. But the record label decided, that's a bit lengthy for a track, an album opener.
Right.
So they took 1.5 minutes and pasted it further down the line.
Right.
So you get a Because reprise after the track Panty Lines, like on the second side of the album.
Yep.
Next track, Junkie's Promise, $100 used to be enough. This is a lot of people will affix this to or claim this is about Kurt Cobain because it was of that time, but I think it's more general,
right?
Or maybe more specific. This might be about somebody that the band knows, but we don't know. We'll never know.
Right.
But I mean the chorus. I heard you say that I hate myself, but I love everybody else. And you say, I can't escape myself. And then you did. And now there's no one else, just very much the dangerous and self-hating world of the junkie.
Right. Yeah. I think wasn't at this point, Thurston and Kim had welcomed Coco into the world at this point.
Right.
They were new parents. So I've always felt like that was part of I think she maybe even wrote about that a little bit, but that like Washing Machine was like part of like their like new world, and so that's probably part of that, like, quote unquote softer side of like, hey, now I'm looking at the world through a different set of eyes as a parent, which is a different thing. Also, our friend has just died, Kurt Cobain. So there are definite songs on there that are like pointed towards exactly what happened. Whether Junkie's Promise is one of them or not, but
right.
Yeah, I think there was more than one person in their orbit who was having a hard time.
Yeah. And then track 3, we've got Saucer Like, a lead track. And Lee gets 2 or 3 tracks on this one, doesn't he? Yeah, which is more than typical because, like you said, there is a strong, like, Thurston Moore and Kim Gordon, like they take turns pretty much being the songwriting dominators, and then Lee gets a track. But this one, I think he gets, is it 2 or 3? I'm trying to think. He has Saucer Like, and then Skip Tracer.
Yes.
Is that him? Okay. Yeah. There's 2 of them.
I think so. Yeah. So he got 2. Because so I think on the one prior on Experimental Jet Set Trash and No Star, I don't know that he had one. I think that's like the only record where he didn't have a song, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
We'll make it up to you next time.
And that's followed by the title track, which is another Kim song, and probably my favorite Kim song because it launches into the stratosphere.
Yes.
At 2 minutes and 25 seconds, there's okay. All right.
Yep.
And then ding, 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 ding. At first it's just like a mellow drone, and that goes on for a good while. And then at 5.5 minutes, it's like liftoff.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
And then it actually sounds like what it says, a washing machine. Like all 3 guitars are going, and the bass and the drums, and it's like
Yes.
So it's amazing. And that's followed by like 6.5 minutes by some deep space exploration, then all of a sudden it's like Sun Ra, Saucer Full of Secret stuff.
Right.
But I love the title track, Washing Machine. It's an amazing pile of music.
Yes.
And then we get what I believe is what I call the beginning of Thurston haiku phase. Like very, like, and maybe he did this on his solo album Psychic Harps, but just like the more mellow, like gentle version of Thurston, and it is kind of a haiku. It's like a very poetic, blissful type of thing. Lay down your lucky head upon her heart. Morning becomes light tonight. Up on the stars, laugh in the midday light. Very, very like dreamy, dancing in the field kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What was there a track like this before? Was there Gentle Thurston any point prior?
I want to say, I'm trying to think. There was the one. Not really.
Is that an insult, Gentle Thurston? I don't think it is. I think we all need to be nuanced people.
Right. I think there was like, I think it's some of the earlier, all those earlier records, I feel like is like a showcase for like his love of garage rock and like early punk,
MC5,
all that stuff. Like, it's very much up front. Like everything I'm saying is like, this is what I'm saying. Listen to me, and, without like screaming per se. I mean, he did sometimes, but not really. And then by the time you get to like, by the time you get down this line or this far down the line, like I think some of the other influences had begun to like kind of creep in and like, start showing up more. You're probably, they were not spring chickens when they got their, they signed a record deal. They were like, I think in their 30s, which was old, old by rock star time.
Yeah.
So it's like, they had kind of been around and seen things and done things and already been a band for, 15 years or whatever. And like, I think it's probably just, it's like a different side of the coin is starting to kind of show up. But I don't think there was I mean, again, like, on like Schizophrenia or something like that, it's like it was never, there were portions of that song that are crazy and loud, but like when you hear when it first starts, it's not like an insane like rock opus. It's like this like sort of like gentle plodding along sort of like that Thurston Moore feel of like, we're driving somewhere and at some point it's going to get real creepy and I'm not sure I want to be in the car with you anymore. Like
what are Thurston's acoustic influences? I know he eventually later actually composed a lot of albums with acoustic based stuff.
Yeah. I don't know as far, I mean, I think they dug all of the like, I mean, he was real big into like all the psychedelic guys, Rocky Erickson and 13th Floor Elevators, all that fun like early rock stuff, all the early punk, MC5, the Stooges, all that fun stuff. But then he got like, he's super into like black metal and like like super noisy like Japanese hardcore, like the Boredoms, all that stuff. That's like his jam.
He's got an epic record collection from what I've heard.
That's also what I've heard. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably has all of these records that we have behind us and then some.
Right. Times 10.
Oh man. So after Unwind, which is a great track, and when they toured this album, Unwind was an encore track. They would typically roll that out for the encore. Right. Then we get another Kim piece, Little Trouble Girl, which has a guest star appearance from Kim Deal of the Breeders and the Pixies. And I love this song. It's like it should have been in Twin Peaks. It's very much like this creepy like 50s diner from like a surreal nightmare. It's very gentle and sweet, but with like an uneasiness kind of in the back.
It kind of reminds me of it always reminded me of Little Soldier Boy, that song.
Yeah.
That kind of like girl group sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But super creepy.
And one that I don't know that they ever played that track live. I don't think. Did they ever do a live rendition of Little Trouble Girl?
I don't think so. I haven't gone full like live archive world on because there's so much, but I don't think so. I think it is one of the few that they've never ever attempted.
But while we're on that topic, I do have some live stats. It looks like, for the most part, they had 4 songs from this album that got played often. Junkie's Promise, Because, Saucer Like, and Diamond C, with Unwind occasionally as an encore.
Yeah.
And then periodically we had about 11 appearances of No Queen Blues, and then Panty Lines 4 times, and Skip Tracer was about 12 times. So that was the B team. And no Little Trouble Girl. So
no Little Trouble Girl.
I guess they couldn't get Kim out on the road. The Breeders were pretty active at the time, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
Oh well, no can do.
Anyway, oh my gosh, where'd I go? Where'd I go?
You're still
I'm
here.
back.
You're still here.
Great. I escaped to my screensaver. I was like, no, mountains. So No Queen Blues, another Thurston track, really nice scronky blues, 2 chords.
Yep.
At 4 minutes in this one, it has some strange dissonant percussion.
Oh, right.
Like dum 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 dum. So if you like that kind of thing, kids, you No Queen Blues is for you.
Who doesn't?
Everybody needs that.
That's right.
Now, what do you think that is? Is that, I know Thurston plays with the drumsticks. You think that's like a collab between Thurston with the drumsticks and Steve Shelley doing some?
Maybe. Did they record this at Dreamland Studios up in?
Right. Is that New York?
That's up in upstate. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
I think that might be what's on the. There's I guess it's a photo that's on the single for the Diamond C, I think is maybe a picture of Dreamland Studios from the outside.
Okay.
But if so, I think that like there's like a gigantic tracking room you can be in. I'm sure they probably just like rigged up some wackadoo percussion world and like just let Steve go nuts. And you know, you can pitch all that stuff down and be all crazy with it. So yeah, I don't know exactly what they did. It is a fun, skronky, weird percussion town.
Speaking of fun and skronky and weird, the next track is Panty Lines, where
there you go.
Kim has a lot of fun with words like disguise, eyes, and then later chants the word shoo-wah, shoo-wah, shoo-wah. So if you like weird sounds, this track is for you, Panty Lines.
Panty Lines.
And like I mentioned earlier, Lee gets a second track. Skip Tracer has probably the best Lee Ronaldo line, maybe in his catalog of Sonic Youth lyrics, shouting the poetic truths of high school journal keepers.
Yes,
that's that's something that's really great, because there's something really resonating about that.
Yeah,
because absolutely. When you're in high school and you are one of those journal keepers, like that shit is so. It's so real. It's so heavy.
And you would never want anybody to shout any of it.
Right. And it's the deepest secret. You keep it hidden deep at the bottom of the basement.
You will never have that shouted in the lunchroom. Oh no.
So yeah, I love that line. And the working title of this track was Pick Dropper. Pick Dropper. Pick Dropper.
I wonder which one of them is the Pick Dropper.
I'm not sure. A lot of people think the song is about Sonic Youth because it has a lot of lines that kind of sound like, oh, he's talking about Kim, or oh, that sounds like Thurston. But I think that they were talking about a Canadian band called Mecha Normal that they had toured with. So,
interesting.
But that's a little factoid I dug up about Skip Tracer.
I do enjoy his like the entire lyrical delivery of that song. I feel like is just like, it's so great. And it's like, it points to what you were saying early on about the like beatnik poet sort of.
Yeah.
Like that's totally in Mr. Lee's wheelhouse. And like, like it's very impressionistic and like, you know, but like you said, very relatable. Like you can totally like, oh yeah, like I wouldn't want that.
I wish there had been a Lee Ronaldo Minutemen collab, because I think that would have blended so beautifully. I mean, just three guys shouting like that.
I got to see him once. Oh man, this was so long ago. It was like my first time on tour I guess I was with Blue Tip, and we were in Europe and we had a night off, and me and the drummer from the band we were touring with, Darren Zintek from Kerosene 454, went to this club and saw Lee play with, I can't remember the drummer's name. It was just him and his drummer, and it was just like he would just pull out like scraps of paper and like read a poem while he was like coaxing insanity out of his guitar, like just taking the cord out and just like whacking it and like doing it was like, what is happening right now? Like just in his fingers, you know, like making a rhythm while the other guy is just shredding the drums like free jazz style. It was it was a lot, but it was great.
Was this around like the early 2000s?
This was like, no, this would have been 96 or what is happening?
Wow.
Sorry, somebody.
Late 90s.
It would have been like 96, 97, so not long after this, actually.
Right,
so yeah.
Right. Wow, that's cool as heck.
Yeah, it was great. It's great.
And there's only one last track to talk about, and it is the track.
The stunner.
The Diamond Sea. This was whoa. I still remember like hearing this thing for the first time, and I don't think I looked at the track length and just experiencing it and experiencing it and it just keeps going, and you're like, oh my God, this is like, this is a thing. This is like echoes. This is really, it's filling up a whole album. Like I always exaggerate how long the Diamond Sea actually is. I think it's only about 17 minutes.
Right. I think there's another version that's longer. It's like a minute or two long or something like that, like a little, just by a little bit, but yeah.
But mentally, sometimes I can feel like it's a half an hour, 20 minutes. It just feels like such an epic exploration that takes you to the far reaches of the galaxy.
I think it's one of those that live for sure got the like extended treatment some nights. Like,
yeah,
I remember hearing about shows, and I'm sure it's half legend, but oh my God, they played the Diamond Sea for like 65.5 minutes. It's like, I don't know, but I'm sure it probably felt like it, just sitting out in a field of, because I think they did that big Lollapalooza tour around this record too, and they would like close sets with the Diamond Sea, and you're like, can you imagine being outside with like 30,000 people while that happens? Like, no.
Right.
Just
right.
Like,
oh yeah.
Oh.
Which that was like Hole and Pavement and Sonic Youth.
I think Jesus Lizard was on there for a little while until they got arrested.
Holy crap.
it was insane. It was like, it was supposed to, the crazy part is it was supposed to have been, I think that's the one, no, that was the one prior. I think like Nirvana was supposed to have like headlined the one before it, and then the unfortunates happened, and then that didn't happen. But at that time, as also everything was just blowing up for like alternative everything, and so they're like, Sonic Youth,
yep.
you guys should be the the headliner. Like, okay, sure. And so then you got 25 minutes plus of a closer.
So anyway, my brain has one way of perceiving the Diamond Sea. It kind of takes a fisherman's big fish story approach. Like, it was 179 inches. I tell you what, it was this bluegill weighed at least half a ton.
This big.
But it's because it really feels like you're leaving the planet. But here's some actual data. Here's some real numbers.
Yep.
Based in the real world outside of my brain.
Yeah.
So the first solo is at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. First of all, that's great. This thing is long as hell, and you're getting the first solo at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And I made a note there. I said, this one is space jockey. So, and you know what that means. That's like kind of like the Smashing Pumpkins chord, like the octave chords, like sliding up and down with droning the A or droning the E. It's space jockey. If you're out there, Joe's, if you're out there, Elrod, Milford, space jockey.
What up, dogs?
And at 4 minutes and 55 seconds, we get helicopters. So kind of similar to the washing machine we got earlier. We get helicopters, more mechanical industrial sounds made with the guitars. And then at 6 o'clock, I'm worried, but it sounds like Godzilla's about to attack because air raid sirens. It's genuinely scary, and if you're in the wrong state of mind, you don't want to hear this part. It's like,
no. Oh yeah.
And just when you think that you're lost forever, the theme returns at 7 minutes. But that's again, it's just a platform. So the Diamond Sea theme returns at 7 minutes, and then for about into the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 minute, we get kind of blissful mode. It's like a reprise of the song Unwind with the gentle, like chorusy, like kind of like ambient sounds, post rock. But at 16 minutes, absolute destruction. And then I say at 18 minutes, I made one final note. I said, is Hendrix in the room with us now? Because there's backwards shit, and the guitars are melting, and there's feedback everywhere, and it's absolute destruction.
Right.
The Diamond Sea is an experience. If you like experiences,
it is.
Go to the Diamond Sea.
It is strange. Two other strange things about the Diamond Sea. One, it was a single.
Yeah.
They released it as a single.
Full length or truncated?
I think it's a little edited, but by a little, I mean, not by a lot. And then two, I think this is the song they played on David Letterman. Mm-hmm. And it's like they just cut them off. Like, It just went to like worldwide pants or whatever it was. Like snap, and they're done. Like there was no, and they just kept going. Like whoever was there got to see the rest of the Diamond Sea, but like the rest of us were just like, huh, what? Where did they go?
I remember that. It's like, you know how I say at the 2 minute and 40-second mark?
Right.
That's where it left.
Yeah, it's pretty much like you've still got like 15 minutes left of song.
Yeah.
Like
the TV audience didn't get to have the air raids or none of that.
No. And I think they were asked to like play like a short version. And if I recall, like they kind of do, but like they still cut them off. This is like done. Nope. Sorry guys. We got to go. We got time to, gotta wrap this up. But yeah, it's just crazy that was a single, but it's kind of like Titanium Expose. It's like such a like emblematic song of a band. Like, I think, you know, for people who have heard it, like for some people, it's probably like one of the maybe only, you know, 5 Sonic Youth songs they might know is like the Diamond Sea, you know, because this was still like, they were like as high riding as they were ever going to be at this point. Like in 90, was this come out in 95? That's the year I graduated high school. So yeah, it's like, you know, it's like crazy. Like that was like their moment, like between, you know, probably, I guess, Daydream Nation and Washing Machine is probably like, that's like the pinnacle, of like their popularity. But like, yeah, it's crazy that's like, oh, we're just going to put out a 18-minute song as our single. I mean, but again, like it's on a record of, I mean, it's just like Goo. Like, what else are you gonna, you know, I think the singles from Goo were like Dirty Boots. I think they did videos for like Dirty Boots, Moat. Cool Thing was like the popular song from Goo. But I mean, popular by like what metric in 1990, you know, terms, it was not like, you know, a platinum record. Like I think they sold like 200,000 copies of Goo, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still has its moments. Scooter and Jinx, the song right before Titanium Expose, is literally the sound of Thurston's amp melting. Like it just sounded cool, and they're like, record that. And so they just recorded the sound of an amp dying, and we're like, all right, for 1 minute and 5 seconds, you get to hear my amp just, you know,
it's the cliff notes for metal machine music.
Yes.
It's like, you don't want to listen to that whole Lou Reed album. Thurston's got the short version for it.
Right. And then like the 8th track, Mildred Pierce, is like, you get like 1.5 minutes of an actual tune. And then the last, I don't know, 1.5 minutes is just him screaming Mildred Pierce, while it sounds like they're destroying everything in the room. Like, it's just like, whoa. But that's coupled again with, you know, like all the beauty that's in like Titanium Expose or Dirty Boots, or like these songs that are like weirdly catchy, but like you can't, you know, if you don't know anything about them, like I didn't, and you hear these songs, you're like, why do these sound weird? Like there's something off, but you don't know that it's because they're in a weird tuning, and like their guitar is like got shards of glass sticking out of it, and like it's cutting them every time they do something, or that didn't really happen, but you know, the idea is there, that it's like this, they're coming out of this like avant-garde guitar world, and like there wasn't a place for that. There hadn't been a place made for that in like the mainstream yet, not in like 1990. Like, I mean, nobody knew what to do with Sonic Youth. I don't think they knew what to do with them in 1995 either, but yeah, it's just like a juggernaut, as they say. A juggernaut.
They invented the language of post-rock.
It's really true. Yeah,
you know, the drones, the alternate tunings, the beatnik inspiration,
right?
The tom heavy drums, the deconstruction, the absence of the blues.
Right.
It's very much like.
But then weirdly, like deciding to like quote the blues in weird ways. Like I've always thought that like 100% off Dirty was like, it's kind of like a blues song. Like just that do 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 do. Like it's so like just like yeah, yep. Like
there's still a groove.
Right. It's like John Lee Hooker could be singing that song. It'd be fine.
That was my first favorite. I heard Cool Thing first, and I probably heard the same thing you did on the Pump Up the Volume soundtrack.
Right.
But that was my first favorite.
100%?
Like 100%. Yeah. Just because of that like 30-second guitar meltdown.
Yes.
Is great.
Yep.
And all the skateboarders, and I think Mike Watt is doing a cameo in the video somewhere.
Right. And it was
yeah.
yeah. Again, like I searched through the annals of Sonic Youth stuff that I have, which is large and probably a problem that I should be seeing someone about. But and there's some candidates like 100%. Dirty was way up there. Sister was also way up there. Evil is way up there.
Yeah.
I know we wrote about this back and forth a little bit. Sonic Nurse, which is later, was like, I was like, oh, wow. I somehow had blacked this one fully out and I was like, wow, it's so good. I was really into Rather Ripped when it came out, which is there's another great Letterman performance of Incinerate, I believe. It's really good of that. Off of Rather Ripped, but yeah, obviously I could go on and on, so I should probably stop.
Oh yeah, I mean this is one of those bands where we could do like a whole show just about this band,
Right,
easily. It's deep and wide, and the story is very broad and diverse. Right after Washing Machine, the 1,000 Leaves kind of continues the tales of the Sonic Youth's jazz odyssey.
Right.
In terms of improv and long songs.
Yep.
But then there's a return to form, with those that you just named, Sonic Youth and Rather Ripped, tear all that away and just go right back to like 3-minute like ragers, but with a cleaner guitar approach. So there's a lot in the catalog. How many studio albums total? 18, 14?
13, 14,
13.
Like yeah. Magic number 13. Something like that. And then there's countless soundtracks and like weird offshoot. They have that whole SYR Records that's like their own imprint that does all the like noisy, like super avant-garde stuff.
The Destroyed Room, if you like that stuff, the compilation, The Destroyed Room,
also great. It has the alternate washing machine Daydream. It has the alternate Diamond C. That's the one.
Yes.
It has that on there, which is like a different. I forget if it's longer or shorter, whatever. I think it's one of the two.
if it's there, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of subcategories, a lot of like side releases.
Yeah, there's also, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that one of my other favorites is, I think the very last thing they put out, which was a soundtrack for a French movie. And I would butcher it in the French, so I won't even try. But it's on the SYR label, like Simon Disparu or something like that. But it is ridiculous because it's super concise and like in the clean thing, but they have some weird like pushed kind of like German influenced like tracks in there where it's like very motoric beat kind of thing going on. It's very good. I've never even seen the movie, but the soundtrack is great.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe we did this whole episode and didn't talk about the krautrock influence.
Sure.
That's the thing.
I know.
Yeah, that's a big part of the stew. That's a big part of the thing, the ingredients.
Probably like 90% of the reason I got into Can was Sonic Youth, honestly, because it was like, if you like Sonic Youth, you'll love Can. I was like, really? And then I heard it and I was like, oh, they were right.
Yeah.
but
just like rhythmic but also kind of like monochord stuff, kind of hypnotic.
Yeah. And Can famously like would never, they put a record out and then never play the songs in that form ever again, because either they were like pieced together in the studio like Bitches Brew style, or they just were like, you know what, we're beyond that now, and like you're gonna come to a 3-hour show and we're not gonna play anything you've ever heard. Have fun, kids.
Fan friendly. It's all about the fan service.
It's like, here we are.
Just playing the hits.
Right. This is us doing our thing.
Man, that's great.
Yeah.
We'll talk about cans someday. That's
Absolutely.
a great topic for a future one.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Fort, hey, we're going to take a little summer break. Everybody, we're going to go do some stuff with the families and nature, and we encourage you all to do the same.
Get out.
You got to listen to music on the road trip though. So make a nice playlist. Check out some of this stuff we've talked about. We'll be back in a month or so.
Yes, we will see you soon, world.
All right. Thank you much, Ford. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.